Katha will start slowly. So this is the 21st verse. We'll offer our prayers and we'll start. Om Ajnanatimidandasya Jnananjana Shalakya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manodhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamsha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Te Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pujarini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paşakriti Shatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaurav Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare. This is verse number 21st. Yad Gandha Matra Darayo Gajendra Vyagradhayo Vyalamruga Sakhanga Mahoragash Vibhaya Dravanti Sagora Krishna Sarvashchamarya. So Gajendra is in the process of reaching. What was the power of Gajendra that is being described here? Simply by catching the scent of the elephant, all other elephants, the tigers, and the other ferocious animals, such as lions, rhinoceroses, great serpents, and the black and white sharbas fled in fear. The camel deer also, chamari deer also fled. What? This is the description of Gajendra. The verse before that, 20th verse, the connection, we'll just see. The leader of the elephant who lived in the forest of the mountain Trikuta once wandered towards the lake with his female elephants. He broke many plants, creepers, thickets, and trees, not caring for their piercing thorns. So he had some description of this also. And here is the show off of the man in front of the females is a regular affair, which Bhagavatam, of course, Prabhupada has not written the purports here, but many others have written that the man is naturally more powerful than the women. Although physically, this intelligently is a doubtful thing. Who is this? No. Kedar Prabhuji. So like that. And he will be showing off to get the attention of the females. So we need to be, this particular thing is a natural one which is described in many places. We'll not take that again. But the power of Gajendra is described here. Gajendra was not ordinary elephant. There is a description between in the Shastras, there's two powerful fights in the forest is elephant and lion. And who wins it? Who wins the this fight? No, lion wins. Lions gets Elephant is powerful, of course. By that, if you can't go by the strength, the elephant should win because it's heavy, is more powerful than the lion. But the lion wins because the lion has more ferocious things with him in the form of nails, that teeth and all. Very, and he's aggressive. Another one, elephant is not aggressive. We have domestic elephants also, right? आप हाथी को लेके बाजार में घूम सकते हैं, बट आप लायन को लेके घूम सकते हैं कुत्तों को ही लेके घूम नहीं सकते, तो लायन को लेके क्या घूमेंगे? Even these scavenger dogs and all are very extremely powerful and very ferocious. Unnecessarily, they will trouble the people. But the elephant is not like that. He's a cool guy, and he's vegetarian. So there is no point for him to kill others. So that's why you will find in the worship of Lakshmi Devi and in these temples, there are elephants. But there are no lions in the temples. Guru Ayur, I was just coming, we were planning to go do an yatra to Guru Ayur. You know Guru Ayur? You know Guru Ayur? Guru Ayur is very beautiful Krishna temple in Karnataka. Kerala. Beautiful one. And there are more than 50 elephants in the temple now also. To keep one elephant is almost keeping 200 people or more. So very expensive affair. They have 50 elephants. Beautiful. They serve the Lord, and the Lord goes on the on them on the back of the elephant. So the elephant generally get defeated. That's the whole system, because the lion catches the neck of the elephant and finishes it off. If it starts bleeding from here, है ना, लोग भी क्या करते हैं, मारते, खून वून करना है तो इधर मारते हैं, बकरी काटने है तो इधर काटते हैं, so जैसे खून बाहर चला जाता है, so then becomes very vital. Now it cannot be repaired. But if Gajendra was much different. It is giving a background why this is being described. Gajendra was much different. Gajendra was not just another ordinary elephant. He was extraordinary, so huge. और हर एक एनिमल के शरीर से बास आता है, हमारे से भी आता है, मगर हमारे से थोड़ा कम काम आता है अगर रोज स्नान करते हैं तो रोज स्नान नहीं करते हैं तो बहुत गंदा है. So all the animals produce some kind of smell. Dogs produce, cats produce, all. Elephant produce a very thick smell. So what is described? Srimad Bhagavatam described the power of Gajendra. Gajendra was not another ordinary elephant. वो जब चलता था तो by the smell even the lions, tigers, सब लोग भाग जाते थे दूर दूर. डियर तो भगाना बड़ा डिफिकल्ट नहीं है, बट तो छोटा आदमी भी, हम भी ऐसे ताली बजाएंगे तो डियर भाग जाते, वो बड़ा डरपोक रहता है, वो बस छोटा सा एनिमल है. बट द लायंस एंड टाइगर, शरबाज, आई डोंट नो शरबाज, राइनोसोरस मतलब गेंडा, नाक को सिंक होता है वो वाला, वो सबसे खतरनाक रहता है. वो उनका भी फाइट होता है लायन के साथ, मगर उसमें लायन को बहुत टफ जाता है. क्यों? नहीं, हाँ, उसका चमड़ा जो होता है काटने के लिए बहुत टाइम लगता है उसको, इसलिए नहीं जमता है. एंड सरपेंट्स, ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट शरबाद, सब लोग भाग जाते थे, ऐसा उसका पावर. व्हाई दिस इज बीइंग डिस्क्राइब्ड? ऑफ कोर्स श्रीमद् भागवतम डिस्क्राइब्स आफ्टरवर्ड्स दैट people in this world, no matter how powerful they will be caught into difficulty and they will not be able to solve their difficulty by their power. That but देखो क्या होता है, हीरो हम भागवत में ना एकदम बहुत सुंदर एक प्रेजेंटेशन है, right? Unless you present the power of the person, then what happened with that person later on doesn't make much effect. राइट. वो देखो अभी फिल्म में भी है ना, हीरो आने के पहले है ना, उसके बैकग्राउंड में बहुत कुछ चलता रहता है कि कैसा आदमी है वो हीरो, उसके बाद एंट्री होता है। आपको फर्स्ट सीन पे हीरो कभी नहीं दिखेगा, कुछ तो दिखेगा, कुछ तो दिखेगा। सो लाइक दैट। And before that, in connection to this, there was a description that the lions used to roar there and people used to get frightened. But this kind of lions also used to run away when Gajendra used to come. It's an extremely powerful person. But Srimad Bhagavatam describes no matter how powerful somebody is, how intelligent somebody is, when they catch into difficulties and get into difficulty, then there is nobody who can save. Krishna only can save. Who saved Gajendra? Lord saved Gajendra. Nobody else saved Gajendra. Lord saved Gajendra. So that's a point. There are, no matter how powerful we are, there are systems which are more powerful than us. Or even if sometimes somebody is very powerful, but the small system also can defeat him. And that is being described in our Shastras. That's why nobody should consider, Duryodhana, Dushasan, Jarasan, Kamsa used to have so much pride of their power. So then you consider, हमको कौन बिगाड़ सकता है? Now we are releasing this on 25th of July, Maha-avatar, Narsimha. So Hiranyakashipu never considered that somebody can defeat him. In a similar fashion, Gajendra was also in that same, अरे हमारा कौन बिगाड़ेगा? हम तो सबसे powerful है. Like that. But the nature is so powerful. Even Muhammad Ali also, later on was guided by our ISKCON devotees to chant Hare Krishna, although from a very different background. Very good person. So powerful. Within 10 seconds used to defeat the opponent. इतना मारता था वो. He was a boxer. Muhammad Ali. And वो कभी भी बोलते थे Muhammad Ali the Great. नीचे लगा था पीछे. So like that, everybody is considered as powerful. The Bill Gates was the president of US. एक बेचारी वो व्हाइट हाउस में काम करने वाली लड़की ने पूरा करियर का बंद कर दिया उसका. Just one girl working in the office. She was nobody in front of Bill Gates, but finished him off completely. So the point is, nobody should become Hanumanji, so powerful, but always consider that Krishna is my master. So to give a background of Gajendra, this particular description is given just by smelling. आगे भागे नहीं आते थे वो लोग, उधर से भाग जाते थे दूर दूर से. Then this 22nd verse, Vrikavaraha Maharshi Kshalyan Gopuchashala Vrikakarma Katascha Anyatra Shudra Harinasha Shadaya Sharantyabhita Yadanugrahena. You want to repeat this verses? Next time I will repeat this verses. Yes. What happens to this? You like to read? Translation.
By the mercy of this elephant, animals like foxes, wolves, buffaloes, bears, boars, gopuchas, porcupines, monkeys, rabbits, the other deer, and many other small animals loitered elsewhere in the forest. They were not afraid of
What?
all the animals were practically controlled by the elephant. Yet, although they could move without fear, because of respect, they did not stand before him.
Yeah. So there, these small animals. First of all, the difference between the energies of the two was much different, right? And they never came around him. अपना दूर रह के अपना खुश रहते थे वो लोग. You can recite these verses behind. सधर्म तप्त गरीबी करे नुभीर वृतो मदच्युत कर भैरनुध्वतः गिरिं करिं न परितापकम्पयन् निषेव्यमानोर्लीकुलैर्मदाशने आप लोग भी ट्राई करो पढ़ने सरो नीलम पंकज रेणुरूषितम् You are comfortable in English or Hindi? Jigran viduran madavikshlekshanah vidurna madavik इतना डिफिकल्ट है ना व्रत स्वयूथेन तुषादितेन ततः सरोवराभ्यासमथागमद्धृतम् read Shannon.
Yes. Surrounded by the other elephant, including females, and followed by the young ones. Gajapati, the leader of the elephants, made Hikut mountain tremble all around because of the weight of his body. He was perspiring, liquor dripped from his mouth, and his vision was
Overwhelmed.
by intoxication. He was being served by bumblebees who drank honey. And from a distance he could smell the dust of the lotus flower, which was carried from the lake by the wind. Thus surrounded by his associates, who were affiliated by trust, affiliated by trust, he soon arrived at the
Bank of the lake. Yes, so this is a common thing. The elephants likes to bathe very much. Of course, his bathing is sometimes considered of no use by our shastras because he bathes and waste puts all the kind of dirt afterwards. But generally, the elephants are very fond of bathing. And he was so powerful that Trikut mountain used to tremble because of his weight when he was walking. So huge, so powerful, so influential, like that. So this is a description of the elephant, Gajendra. Again, this description is adding to the point of his prowess. There are people of different prowess in this world. Some people are so influential, so powerful. So they tend to be reckless. They tend to be proud. They tend to be uh, uh, considering that they are the supreme, like that. So actually, the devotee, it's not that we should not have the power, or we should not acquire the power, or we should not become big. Sometimes when we study Bhagavad Gita, there's consideration in the world that teachings of the Shastras make somebody, what is it called? Ambitionless. People lose the ambition. Generally, when the people, boys and students, corporates come to ISKCON, then the parents and the other people become a little fearful. This guy will lose his ambition. Guy will lose his impetus to study, work, and all these things. So these Shastras are not describing this one. Shastras are describing the right use of the power in the service of Krishna. There is no point in having so much of power to be wasted or nullified in due course of time. If there is a power with us, then it is some helpful only when it is in the service of Krishna, then it produces good result. the power will lead to action. The more power, the more action. जितना बड़ा आदमी होता है उतनी ज्यादा एक्टिविटीज वो एग्जीक्यूट करता है कि नहीं? So like that. So Hanumanji is powerful. Bhima is powerful. Right? Arjuna is powerful. Vibhishan is powerful. And all these personalities are very powerful. And Duryodhana is powerful. Dushasana is powerful. Kamsa is powerful. What is the name of that? Jarasandha. Jarasandha. Who was Jarasandha, you know? Jarasandha was Jamai of Kamsa. Kamsa के दोनों लड़कियां का शादी जरा किया. And so powerful. Karna was so powerful. Bhishma was so powerful. But then the difference between the first list and the second list is both were powerful, both were extraordinarily powerful. But the first list of the people, Bhima and Arjuna and all, Vibhishan, they utilized their power in the service of Krishna. So Krishna has given us something, and utilizing that in the service of Krishna is the system. His ambition is to serve Krishna. Ambition is not to become big. Hanumanji doesn't have the ambition of becoming big. If you are big, is big only. Hanumanji is not small. But then the ambition is of our Shastras continuously prescribed is to serve Krishna by this power. There is no use of the power unless it is used in the service of Krishna. Otherwise, it will destroy the person who is carrying that power. What is the destruction point of Kamsa is his power. He unnecessarily considered himself more powerful and become reckless, and that destroyed. So sometimes people consider that we should acquire the power. There is no problem in acquiring the power. You know, Arjuna, Bhagwan Arjun ko batate hain ki you go and please Lord Shiva and acquire Pashupat Astra from him. Arjuna was having Pashupat Astra. Pashupat Astra was Shiva's Astra. But then Shiva became very happy on Arjuna gave. Then Lord Krishna sent him to the heavens. You remember? Arjuna went to the heavens. So there also Krishna had the purpose. He should go and learn all the astras and shastras of the heavenly planets and then come back. But it will be used in the battle of Kurukshetra. He was knowing it. So he gave that kind of training to Arjuna and sent so many. And then Bhima learned Gada Yuddha from Balramji. Bhima and Duryodhan both were the students of Balramji. So like that. So the point is very clear that Krishna is not told not to acquire the power. Because misutilization of the power will create problem for everybody. And that's the biggest issue. We produce the reaction of our activities. So if we are more powerful, we will produce more reaction of the activity. Hey, you are here? Acha, very good, very good, very good. Please, welcome. I thought you are not here. That's why I did not call. Acha, you did not inform your friend? So,
He told me.
Acha.
So I told him.
That's why everything, intelligence is there and should be used in service of Krishna. The strength is there, it should be used in service of Krishna. The money is there in the service of used in service of Krishna. It is no use otherwise. Krishna, we just lovingly offer our things to the people we loved, right? We spend for family, we protect the family, or we increase the opulence of our family. That same thing is described in our Shastra. With that attitude needs to be serving to the Lord. So Gajendra will understand it in due course of time. And as soon as we don't use it in service of Krishna, it produces so many reactions, right? We use it in wrong fashion. There's only two use of the opulences which we have, powers which we have. Is the right use and is the wrong use. So the right use is in the service of Krishna. and the wrong use is in the service of something else. So if we don't put in the right fashion, right, people waste their time in understanding so many unwanted things. Why don't they understand Srimad Bhagavatam? Prabhupada used to tell, अरे आपके न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ने के लिए टाइम है, आपके पास ये सब करने के लिए टाइम है, वो दुनिया भर की रील देखने के लिए टाइम है. What's the use of all of them? Is half of them are false, right? So the best use of all the faculties which is given in the service of Vishnu. Gajendra will get into problem. He got into problem being Gajendra. He was a king previously, Raja tha wo. And he was a king, and somebody, a great sage, came to his home, and he was not attentive. राजा ठीक है, आते रहते लोग ऐसे, कोई problem नहीं. Right? We should offer appropriate respect to the person, especially the superior than us. If the spiritual master comes in our temple, it is there, the etiquette is there. When we meet or when we see them, then immediately we offer the obeisances to them. The etiquettes are very clearly observed in the temples in ISKCON, you see. So if we don't, these are like, मैं राजा हूँ, what is the use of offering? So he did not disrespected the sage. And the sage said, you are a fool. Elephant is considered as big in the size and small in the brain. Some people have very small brain, very less brain. They consider themselves very great personalities. They are big in size, but their brain is very small. So elephant is considered having small brain. देखो शरीर के हिसाब से ब्रेन रहता है ना, और जितना बड़ा ब्रेन रहता है उतना इंटेलिजेंट कहलाता है आदमी. But some people are only very less brain. So the sage said your behavior is as if you don't have a brain, you don't have intelligence. Right? You are not able to offer an appropriate welcome and respect to somebody who has come to your place. And you don't have an intelligence, that means. So he became angry and he said, your behavior is like that of an elephant, so you become elephant. It's like that. So he became elephant. So Gajendra is not an ordinary person. He was a king in the previous life. But then when he asked for forgiveness, then he said, okay, Lord will save you, don't worry. So like that. Which one we read? Yeah. 24th we read, right? 25th. So this is giving the background of Gajendra, is so powerful personality. And now he is getting an experience that we are going to near to the lake. हमको भी ब्रीजेस आते रहते ना, पानी के पास जाते ठंडा ठंडा लगता है, तो समझ में आता है. Just directing toward the lake now. विगाय तस्मिन् नमृताम्रु निर्मलम् हेमारविन्दोत्पलरेणुरूषितम् तपोनिकामं निजयुष्करोद्भुत मात्मानमद्भीस्न पयन् गतक्लमः. काफी कॉम्प्लेक्स है. Yes, I'll read the translation.
The king of the elephant entered the lake, but and was relieved of his fatigue. Then, with the aid of his trunk, he drank the cold, clear, nectarine water, which was mixed with the dust of lotus flowers and water lilies, until he was fully satisfied.
He was already perspiring, sweating, and was tired, and he was very much wanting. हम भी जैसे बाहर घूम घूम के 8 4 घंटा 10 घंटा घूमते, बाहर आके हमको लगता है मस्त अपना ठंडा पानी से स्नान करके रेस्ट लेने का. So it's like cherished desire when you go around, especially in the summers and all, you feel to come back to. So that kind of experience Gajendra was getting. He got into the water and played there very nicely. Water park में लोग कैसे मजा करते रहते हैं, something like that. And the lake, natural waters are the most cherished drinks. Krishna, the glories of the water is described in our shastras. Right? You may sometimes like to drink this juice, that juice, like that, but actual thirst goes away by the water. Right? Somebody is thirsty and you give him soup. It doesn't work. You need to give them water. Water is considered one of the unique creation of Krishna. So sweet, so beautiful, and it's abundantly there. If there is no water, there is a kind of a philosophical animation channel. और वो लोग क्या करते पता है, एनिमेशन में एक थीम लेते हैं. Just imagine if this is not there, क्या होगा, like that. And then they say, okay, just imagine if this potatoes are not there. फिर आपको आलू वड़ा, समोसा, वड़ा पाव सब बंद हो जाता है. Like that, you can give this French fries, will not be able to eat French fries, ये वो, many things can be there. So like that. So then they were thinking, just imagine if there is no water, क्या होगा? हे भगवान, it's difficult. We cannot bathe, we cannot wash our clothes, we cannot clean. सारा cleaning तो पानी से होता है. It is described in the Shastras, as soon as you touch the water, you get purified. देखो ये अभी हम रात में हमारा स्टैंडर्ड तो है, जनरली लोग बाहर के तो फॉलो नहीं करते, हम करते हैं. When you take rest, that place becomes contaminated. When we eat, that place becomes contaminated. So that contamination of that place can be removed by only one thing, that is the water. Splash the water, clean. Right? The बर्तन खराब हो गया, क्या करोगे? धोने का उसको. हमारा शरीर खराब हो गया, क्या करते हैं हम लोग? धोते हैं. कपड़े खराब हो जाते हैं, क्या करते हैं? धोते हैं हम लोग, है कि नहीं? गाड़ी खराब हो जाती है, क्या करते हैं लोग? उधर वो गैरेज में जाके पानी मारते हैं, जेट्स से क्लीन करते. So purification is the basic principle of the water. मन का भी शुद्धिकरण पानी से होता है. जैसे भी कोई क्रेजी आदमी हो गया ना, आपको एक एग्जांपल दिया जाता है हमारे शास्त्र में. वेरी somebody is drunk और उसको चढ़ गया है बहुत दिमाग में, है ना, दारू चढ़ जाती है ना, तो उसका उतारने का सबसे अच्छा तरीका क्या है पता है? ऐसे उतार के पानी है, उसको नहलाने का दब 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 पानी से सारा उतर जाता है उसका. राइट? एक बकेट भर पानी डालने का उसके सर पे, जितना चढ़ गया ना ऊपर, सारा ठंडा हो जाता है. तो वाटर इज इवन this is the only one of the very powerful elements which can touch the mind also, not just the body. The earth doesn't have the effect to touch the mind. Air has to some extent. If you go to the natural place, एकदम माउंटेन के पीक पे ऊपर जाओ, गाड़ी वाड़ी कुछ नहीं, फर्स्ट क्लास फ्रेश एयर बह रहा है, तो मन शांत होता है कि नहीं आप? राइट? सो एयर हैज अ पॉसिबिलिटी ऑफ रीचिंग आउट टू द माइंड. इन द वाटर आल्सो हैज अ पॉसिबिलिटी. जैसे ही आजकल तो साइकिल डिसीजेस बहुत बढ़ गया है. आई डोंट नो हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू हैव कम अक्रॉस दिस. पीपल आर बिकमिंग बिहेविंग क्रेजी, एक्सट्रीमली क्रेजी, हाइपर एक्टिव बोलते हैं उनको. काम दिमाग एक जगह पे फिक्स होता है नहीं किसी की चीज के ऊपर. सो द टीवी, मोबाइल्स हैव क्रिएटेड दैट इफेक्ट. बट द पीपल आर साइकेट्रिक इतना ज्यादा है, और दूसरा डिप्रेशन है. देखते रहते हैं, ये पहला आ गया, उसको प्राइज मिल गया, इसको करोड़पति बन गया, ये हो गया, वो हो गया. एक्चुअली टीवी पे जनरल आदमी का तो ऐड नहीं आता ना, सवेरे जॉब को जाएगा, दिन भर जॉब करेगा, वापस आएगा, 50,000 रुपये साल महीने को मिलता है, वो कभी आएगा टीवी पे? कभी नहीं आएगा वो। मगर ऐसे लोग कितने हैं? ऐसे लोग दुनिया में कितने हैं? 99% लोग ऐसे ही है, 1% लोग है वो देखते रहते हैं, और उनको देख देख के डिप्रेशन में आ जाते हैं। टीवी पे देखा ये बड़ा हो गया, पेपर में देखा वो बड़ा हो गया, उसको लगता है मैं तो छपरी इतना छोटा, मैं कुछ काम का नहीं, डिप्रेशन में जाता। तो यहाँ पे ऊपर हाइपर एक्टिव होता है, मैं तो डिप्रेशन में जाता। सो देयर आर मेनी थेरेपीज। आई पर्सनली हैंडल्ड 4 साइकेट्रिक केसेस, बहुत भयंकर, बाप रे बाप। आपने किया कि एनीबॉडी यू नो सुपर साइकेट्रिकली अफेक्टेड? तो उन लोगों को दवाई देते हैं, मगर उसमें एक और एक थेरेपी है जिसमें नदी के पानी में या तालाब होता है ना, बहुत अच्छे सुंदर सुंदर तालाब होते हैं, उसमें पानी, उन्होंने बोला यू जस्ट बी नियर द वाटर बॉडी and take regular bath in the water. So these people are the water has a very powerful effect onto the system, which is generally Krishna has given no system can produce the water. हम लोग बोल सकते हैं 2 हाइड्रोजन और 1 ऑक्सीजन मिलके वाटर बनता है, और वो लोगों को बोले दे दो ये लो हाइड्रोजन लो, ये ऑक्सीजन ले लो, पानी बनाओ। पानी तो नहीं बनता है, आप उसका फॉर्मूला, केमिकल फॉर्मूला बना के निकाल सकते हैं, but producing 1 drop of water from hydrogen and oxygen is a very difficult task. It's just not possible. But the water is so beautiful. It's one of the important creation of Krishna. Pancha Mahabhut. 5 महाभूत है ना? कौन से? Yes, earth, water, air, fire and ether. The sequence is important, na? Earth, water, fire, air, and then ether. Sorry. Ether means sound or vacuum, not the science wala vacuum. Sound is the best definition of the ether, presentation of the ether. It's not fire, it's not air, it's not water. Sound is much different than all these things. So it's the next 5 elements. Bhumir apo analo vayu kham. Kham means ether. So the natural water is considered the most beneficial to the humankind. इसलिए आपको civilization, Indian civilization को आप study करोगे ना, they were never dependent on the water system, filter water system or any other thing. The whole belt of the people used to stay along the bank of the river, and abundant water. Whole life there is a water. Whole throughout the year there is a water. Or around the lake, this Nainital वगैरह आपको मिलेगा ना. What is Nainital? Nainital is the talab in between. It's a huge lake, and the whole city is situated around it. So that's why it is. Nainital, very beautiful place. It's so like that. So point is, and now there is so much of craze of drinking alkaline water. सुना है क्या आपने? Alkaline water. This water bottle is for 20 rupees. Alkaline water bottle is for 100-200 rupees. Liter. इतना ही bottle आता है. पानी भी ऐसे ही दिखता है. But the recommendation is the alkaline water. And our Vedic system has studied very nicely. Actually, the river water and the lake water used to be alkaline. And they used to be in the contact of the earth with the salts. Acid is more than it is acidic water, and the pH is more than 7, then it is alkaline water. So now it is a conversion. Alkaline filter आते हैं आजकल, आपको convert करके देते हैं. But the system made by Lord was like that only. Anyway, Lord was providing us the alkaline water. I remember one time, it's just so powerful water which is given by the nature. It's almost more than a tonic. हम लोग हनुमान धारा गए थे. आप चित्रकूट जाएंगे ना, चित्रकूट में एक हनुमान धारा है, पूरा पर्वत चढ़ के जाना पड़ता है. इतना बड़ा 400-450 स्टेयर्स है. वो ऐसे आपने ये वाले स्टेयर्स नहीं है, तो ऐसा मोटा मोटा पत्थर वाला स्टेयर्स. मतलब चढ़ना है तो आपको पैर उधर ऊपर तक उठना पड़ेगा ऐसे, like that. And we climbed it so tired, so feeling thirsty also, because how much water can you take it? एक बॉटल कभी भी खत्म हो जाता. And then we went. तो हनुमान धारा में है ना, पहाड़ से ऐसा पानी आता है और इतना ठंडा पानी आता है, कहाँ से आता है, रेफ्रिजरेटर की जैसे लगता है जैसे पानी आता है. And then we were drinking. You'll not believe, we drank that water and everybody of had that experience है ना. So अब बोला चलो और एक पहाड़ चढ़ सकते हैं हम, और इतना शक्ति है उस पानी में. People have not understood the power of the treasures given by Krishna. And that also treasure doesn't mean it is a lock and key कि कोई उसको access नहीं कर सकता. इतना सारा. If you go to the lake, this lake also is there. क्या बोलते हैं उसको? खड़क पास lake. So huge, so open, so much quantity of water, so beautiful water. So the point is very important, that it's not that the elephant became satisfied by drinking water. No, it's a blessing of Krishna. Krishna has given. Earth is a blessing. Earth is a huge big blessing. सारा अनाज उसमें से आता है. Water is a blessing. Air is a blessing. Without air we cannot survive. Without water we cannot survive. Without earth, land, we cannot survive. So just imagine the gifts given by Krishna. If he withdraws one of them, we are finished. So this much glories are there of water. Even the psychiatrists also, I was just describing you, they also recommend that the people should go to the rivers and be in the contact with the natural waters. So here also Gajendra became very happy by drinking the water and spraying it on his body, and he enjoyed the staying in the lake. Uske baad, what he will be doing, that was described here. कितने बजे अभी? We'll end up at 11:40. Fine ना? तम तत्र कश्चिद् नृपदेव चोदितो. ये 26 है ना? 27 हो गया क्या? स पुष्करेणो धृतशीकराम्भुभि निपाययन् संस्नपयन् यथा गृही. Right. तोड़ के बनाए क्या? गृणी करेणु करमाश्च दुर्मदो नाचष्ट कृष्ण कृपनो जमायया. Like a human. You like to read? Read.
Like a human being who lacks spiritual knowledge and is too attached to the member of his family, the elephant, being illusioned by the external energy of Krishna, had his wives and children bathe and drink the water. Indeed, he raised water from the lake with his trunk and spread it over them. He did not mind the hard labor involved in this endeavor.
Yeah, it's little Bhagavatam describes the reality of this world every now and then. So, like a human being who lacks the spiritual knowledge and is too attached to the members of his family, the elephant, being illusioned by the external energy of Krishna, had his wives and children bathe and drink the water. So, of course, this is a very difficult philosophical subject matter. It's easy to understand and difficult to apply. It's not easy to, it's not difficult as such. अरे अमन वो चले कहाँ गए? So it's a very simple system that the people whom we are attached to, or the members we consider as our family, according to the Shastras, it is an illusion. Illusion in the sense that it's a Brahma. Illusion is a kind of a Maya, which is not, and you consider sometimes like that. They give sometimes an example in other contexts, like if you are walking in the darkness and there's some rope hanging somewhere, and you consider, oh, snake hai, आपको डर लगता है, right? It is a rope, but you may take it as a snake because of illusion, because of not understanding it correctly. In a similar fashion, the connection with the family is considered the ultimate goal of the life, which is not. It is extremely temporary. And the relationship has been given the form by our definition, not like they were present all the time, eternally. When I consider somebody as a family, my family member, then it is considered as illusion because he is not your family member. You took birth there, that's why you consider his family member. Before you take birth, where was the remaining your family members? The best example for this can be understood in a realistic fashion is that the boy is there who's going to get married, right? So one day you see many girls, and one day one girl is fixed. बाकी सारे relatives में देखो आप देखो, and then now once the marriage is fixed, कि ये this marriage होने वाला, then you start considering that girl is your wife. So the girl was there, was not existing before this marriage proposal was fixed. Then she was existing or not existing? Huh? And sometimes when sometimes the relationships are in a very close vicinity, maybe relatives or गली में एक इधर तो भी होता है. So now suppose there is somebody the boy is staying here, the girl is staying in the next building. They must have seen each other hundreds of times. Neither this boy considered her as a wife, and his girl has considered herself as the wife of this guy, as a husband. Then how this existed now? How they came into the existence? Because you made the relationship. Who made the relationship? You made the relationship. So this relationship are a creation of the people. They don't exist, right? They don't exist. The Shastra describes a very graphic example, which is generally given, is that the people in the train sometimes come together. आप travel करते रहते हो, फिर आपकी सीट के बाजू में और 4-5 लोगों का सीट रहता है. They also come and sit. तो लंबा कोई जर्नी होता है 24 घंटे का, 18-36 घंटे का. If you are going from here to Bhubaneswar, नहीं, कोलकाता is longer than Bhubaneswar. Huh? 36 hours. 36 hours. Huh? 36 hours. But if it is Azadin, then you add 6 more hours. Then it is like that. तो अभी इसमें क्या गप्पा मारते रहते हैं, फिर कुछ खाने पीने का रिस्ट्रिक्शन नहीं है, तो इसका डब्बा वो खाता है, इसका डब्बा वो खा रहा है कि नहीं? लाइक दैट मस्त गप्पा मारे, तुम कहाँ से हो, तुम कहाँ से हो, फिर 15-20 मिनट के बाद गट्टी मतलब दोस्ती हो जाती है, फिर गप्पे मारते हैं, तो फिर इधर का बात करो, लाइक दैट. Now you consider him as a very great friend, and then Kolkata comes, then what happens? He gets down, he goes to his home, you go to his home, हो गया खत्म. So sometimes there is a very strong relationship in that 36 hours of journey. खिला रहे हो, पिला रहे हो, गप्पे मार रहे हो, चाय पी रहे हो एक साथ में, ये कर रहे हो, वो कर रहे हैं, like इतना, और स्टेशन आ गया तो क्या हो गया? Boom. Now you consider him as a great friend for that 36 hours, but after that everything is finished. In a similar fashion, the people in this world, they come together as a family. Very nice, like that. You consider, and then the station comes. Sometimes our station comes before, sometimes their station comes before. Station is the leaving off from this world. Everybody is going to leave from this. When the station comes, it goes now. Now If somebody has passed away from our home, no matter how dear he is for us, can we establish that relationship back to him? Is there some system? The Shastras describe that once before coming from in the birth and after dying, nobody can access that personality. जन्म के पहले आपके घर पे कौन आ रहा है किसी को पता नहीं होता. And after the death, that person goes somewhere. There is no system. So that's why it is considered an illusion. I consider that this is my house. I consider that this is my family members. You are just together for some time. The actual family member is in connection with Krishna. There should be some permanent relationship. Then it's considered as a very proper relationship. So the permanent relationship of us is with the Lord being our Father. So in that connection, on the spiritual platform, all the living creatures become our brothers. And this relationship is a permanent, this is not illusion. The spiritualist doesn't only respect the human beings or just don't respect only the people of their community. Gujju, they will be there. Gujju वालों को हम जो नौकरी देंगे, गुज्जू वालों को लोन देंगे, है कि नहीं? तो बैंक ही बनता है. हम गुज्जू लोगों को ही मदद करेंगे. अरे भाई बाकी लोगों ने क्या पाप किया है? इसको ही मदद करेंगे ऐसा क्या है? So when you establish the relationship with the Lord, then all the creatures become your brothers. Now you try to love them as much as possible. Lion is also our brother. That doesn't mean you just hug the lion going, oh, he's also my brother. No, you make the etiquettes of how to deal with his brothers. Right. But the human beings are the most closest one. So this connection will remain. If this connection will not remain, all the connection will become. अभी कितने पेरेंट्स चिल्ड्रन हैं आपने सुना कि किसका वो स्टोरी क्या नाम था उसका कपड़े वाला रेमंड वाला था रेमंड सन the boy took all the property of the father 1300 crore
and the wife took all the property of the son.
वाइफ टुक उसको निकाल दिया उसको लड़के डाइवोर्स दे दिया क्या हाँ डाइवोर्स में आधा ही मिलता है पूरा नहीं ले सकते
तो कुछ तो था definitely the son was left with 40-story building but no happiness.
Yeah,
his father was also telling that he took all my property but now he is living without it.
And the father is what is the situation of the father now? He got something or no?
He got something, but not what he deserved.
Yes. It was a horrible case. So the point is, इससे भी बड़े-बड़े भयंकर cases है मैं आपको बता नहीं रहा हूँ. So the concluding system is not that we should not love the family members. Loving family members is an important aspect. A devotee loves everybody, not just other people, the family members. He loves everybody. This is the main point. First and most important point is the devotee loves everyone. Why he loves everyone? Because we love family members, right? So everyone is our family member or not? Yes. So all are our family members. That's why we try to love everybody. It's nothing like that. There is no unnecessarily pulling over the concept. Because all are my family members, I should love them. But you have a limitation of love. कितना प्रेम कर सकते हो 10 लोग 20 लोग 50 लोग तो ठीक है fine whatever. But the point is the spirit to understand is we are supposed to love everyone in this world. That is the most important thing to understand. And that's why we are loving the family members, but in connection with Krishna. Let me love this everybody, and especially my family members, because they are the ones who have made me capable of understanding Krishna, made me capable of understanding the life. Many people must be there in the world, but they are special for us because they have made us capable. But we don't have undue illusion that, okay, I love them because I happen to be their relative. No. So we are here to love our family members. This particular understanding of the Shastras, are you getting or no? Shivanshu, are you understanding? सो गए क्या? हाँ? लेवल मतलब? हाँ?
From beginning we know that they are mothers, they are family members. From two levels we are different, but all are connected.
All are connected to?
Like,
all are connected to Krishna, not to us. What you couldn't get, I am not getting.
So like he wants to say that बचपन से तो हमें लगता है कि they are my part and parcel.
Yeah, they are.
After that, we come to know that we are connected to the whole universe.
Yes. So what? What is the question?
Everyone.
If you don't understand this concept rightly, now there is going to be a misunderstanding and also a misbehavior. कितने सारे बच्चों ने बहुत भयंकर गड़बड़ किया है, इसलिए मैं उसको टाइम दे रहा हूँ and I'm trying to understand that whether you understood or not, because there are some children who have told the family members, our relationship is very temporary. So it has caused enormous problems. Enormous problems. Some parents have बच्चे को कॉलर को पकड़ के ले गए पाया, बच्चे को बस हो गया तुम्हारा भयंकर, हरे कृष्णा क्या सिखाते तुमको पागल की तरह. So the philosophy is right, concept is right, its application can be wrong. That's why I not just described and now I'm going to test how that will going to apply it also. That's why I'm pausing here. It's a very important concept, very powerful concept, but there is at the same time there is a great danger in applying in a wrong fashion. That's why I want to. So there has to be, it is considered as affection, attachment, and love. So of course we have to have the affection for the parents, and we have to have attachment with Krishna. Attachment and affection is in the on the basis of the duty. Why we love our parents, and there are many people who hate their parents. There are many children are there in the world. They hate their parents because the parents are also not of duty bound and all like that. In America, the children hardly meet the parents, especially the father. इधर हमारा लड़का आया था, अमेरिका से आया था, 18-19 साल का लड़का था, ज्यादा नहीं, 21 21 ईयर ओल्ड. तो मैंने उसको पूछा, गप्पा मारता था उसके साथ बैठ के समझने के लिए अमेरिकन सिस्टम कैसे काम करती है. बोले 13 साल की उम्र में मैं निकाल दिया मेरे को घर से, राइट. एंड द कंसिडरेशन इज दैट the wife has 4 husbands now. Husband had 10 wives. तो छोड़ते रहते वो, जिसको छोड़ दे तो हस्बैंड और वाइफ रहते हैं साथ में, कभी रहते हैं हस्बैंड वाइफ बोल रहे, कभी नहीं रहते. तो उनको अच्छा नहीं लगता ना, हस्बैंड छोड़ देता है वाइफ को, वाइफ जाती है दूसरे के साथ रहती. तो देयर आर मेनी चिल्ड्रन who doesn't know who is the father, who is the mother. कुछ भी उधर खिचड़ी बनता है उसको, right? Of course there is only one father and only one mother, but still there is a, when the child takes birth और becomes 2-3 साल का लड़का रहता है तो बाप दूसरा कोई तो रहता है घर में, तो वो जो चला जाता है तो फिर उसको, तो वो जो नया आदमी रहता है ना उसको इसके साथ अटैचमेंट रहता है कि उसको उसका बच्चा नहीं है, उसको पता है नॉट माय सन. सो उसका इतना ट्रीटमेंट, वो क्या बोलते हैं, स्टेप सन बोलते हैं ना, उसके जैसा ट्रीटमेंट होता है उसका. और कभी कभी लड़का आदमी के साथ रहता है, वो लेके आता है, वो वाइफ भी आती है, दूसरी आती है, तो उसको एक बच्चे के साथ अटैचमेंट रहता है, तो अपना बच्चा नहीं है ना, कैसे अटैचमेंट रहेगा, तो स्टेप सन का। तो बच्चे 12-13 साल में बाहर निकल जाते घर से, बिकॉज दे फील अनकंफर्टेबल, फादर ऑल्सो इज नॉट आस्किंग, मदर इज ऑल्सो छोड़। तो इसने भी मेरे को बोला 13 साल की उम्र में मैं बाहर निकला, 5-6 बिजनेस किया, इंडिया अमेरिका से इंडिया आया 21 साल की उम्र में, खुद के पैसे से आया, बोला मेरे पैसे से आया मैं, मेरे को किसी ने पैसे नहीं दिए। तो मैंने बोला क्या करते थे तुम, बोला इंश्योरेंस किया मैंने, कार इंश्योरेंस, घर इंश्योरेंस, इंश्योरेंस का काम किया, फिर चप्पल का काम किया, चप्पल बेचा, जूते बेचा, फिर नाइट क्लब में मैंने वेटर का काम किया, टेबल पोछने का, खाना देने का, ये करने का, दारू सर, पैसे बहुत पैसा जमा, पैसे उधर क्या है, 5 रुपए आते 5 रुपए उड़ा दो, ऐसे वाले काम है वो, कल का कुछ सोचने का नहीं, कल अपने पास पैसा है क्या है उससे कुछ लेना है, 5 रुपए है ना, 5 रुपए उड़ा दो। तो उड़ाने के मूड में था, इधर भी आया तो भी मैंने उसको पूछा माता पिता से मिलते हो, बोले पिताजी तो कहाँ है पता नहीं मेरे को, कोई कॉन्टैक्ट नंबर नहीं, फोन नंबर नहीं, कुछ नहीं। और माता को क्या जन्मदिन पे हैप्पी बर्थडे बोल के मैसेज करता हूँ, कभी कभी फोन कर देता हूँ, मतलब बर्थडे को ही, 365 दिन में एक दिन माँ को याद करेगा, कौन से दिन, बर्थडे के दिन, एक दो फोन करके हैप्पी बर्थडे बोलेगा, टाइम अवेलेबल है, पैसा है तो घर पे जाएगा मिलने के लिए, कुछ लेके, बस। मदर से अटैचमेंट है, फादर से तो कुछ भी नहीं, अब कहाँ है वो भी पता नहीं। He told me that this clearly on after 13th I am on my own. 13 साल से की उम्र के बाद में मेरे ऊपर ही, कहाँ सो रहा हूँ, कहाँ खा रहा हूँ, कहाँ रह रहा हूँ, कैसे जी रहा हूँ, मेरे को ही पता है, मेरा कोई लेना देना नहीं किसी के साथ। So this is another extreme which is not seen in India, but there are some few cases are seen in India. और हमारा क्या रहता है कि माता पिता के साथ रहो, मगर झमेला जब चालू होता है जब शादी करते हैं, तो शादी करने के बाद रैम्पेंट नाउ, as soon as you marry then the wife says you have to stay with me but they cannot stay with, तो दूसरे घर में रहते हैं, ये घर में रहते हैं, दूसरे शहर में रहते हैं, दूर रहते हैं, उसी शहर में रहते हैं, दूसरे घर में रहते हैं। मैं आपको कितने फैमिलीज बताऊं, पूना में आपको कम से कम ढूंढ के देता हूं, नहीं बोले तो भी 25,000 फैमिलीज ऐसे हैं कि उनके 2 घर है, पेरेंट्स एक जगह पे रहते हैं और वाइफ और हस्बैंड एक जगह पे रहते हैं। सो द अफेक्शन मीन्स, अफेक्शन इज ड्यूटी बाउंड, they have done everything for me, now it's a time of my to express my gratitude to them, right? We are not attached to our college, अपना डिग्री हो गया तो भाग जाते हैं ना हम लोग, हो गया, राइट, बट वी हैव अफेक्शन फॉर द कॉलेज, इस कॉलेज ने मेरे को पढ़ा है। अभी किसी को कॉल पे अफेक्शन भी नहीं आते, क्योंकि भर भर के पैसा लेते हैं, जॉब देते नहीं, कुछ नहीं, तो 4 गाली देके कॉलेज से चला जाता है, ना उसको अफेक्शन है ना उसको अटैचमेंट, राइट। सो अटैचमेंट इज ब्लाइंड, मतलब स्ट्रॉन्ग बॉन्ड ऑफ लव is called as attachment, and this is unrealistic. You can be attached to your family members and the family members can be attached to you, but neither they can stay with you nor you can stay with them, and that causes biggest miseries when they leave. When somebody leave, Krishna describes this whole process in Bhagavad Gita, Dhiras tatra muhyati. If you are knowing this philosophy, if you are knowing the system of this world, you will not be disturbed, because you are aware that his duty towards me is very temporary. He has to go. It's not that he has to go. I also have to go from the family members in my life. It's not that my father and mother will leave me. I will leave my children also. Right? So the affection is the duty bound. We are offering our love and service to the parents and family members, considering their very important role in our life. But the attachment means that you forget right and wrong, you forget the reality, and then behave in the illusory world. That is called as attachment. So one has to be attached to Krishna because Krishna is the reality. I am attached to the parents or the family members. It's not reality. It's an illusion. if you are attached to illusion, it's no use. When the illusion breaks, कभी कभी लोग अटैच रहते हैं कि मेरे को कंपनी बहुत सारा पैसा देगा या कुछ अपेक्षा है आपकी कि ऐसा कुछ होगा और आपका अपेक्षा भंग हो जाता है तो क्या होता है, आपका क्या बाहर निकलता है? हाँ हाँ, the bad comes out because I am unrealistic. There is only one person whom we can love and he reciprocates with our love. We offer him respect or love and bhakti and then he protects us, blesses us. But that's not the case with the other family members. You may love them, it's difficult to tell whether they love you or not. The love is mostly conditional. Generally has a underlying conditionings are there. ऐसा नहीं कि there if you I will give an example to you, a realistic example. If the student completes his education, he is not getting the job, fine. Then you get some money for doing some course, extra course, like that, right? And there's extra course also. उसके बाद भी 4 5 6 साल उसको जॉब नहीं मिल रहा है, क्या लगता है आपको फैमिली मेंबर्स का क्या रिएक्शन होगा? हाँ हाँ, will not be happy, and I'll tell you, out of frustration sometimes, or sometimes to give a fear to the child that he has to stand on his own leg. Sometimes the parent describes, देखो इतने टाइम तक चलेगा, उसके बाद तुम तुम्हारा देख लो, right? And this I continuously is in contact with so many students and all like that. So many times the parents have told, ओके ठीक है 4 साल का एजुकेशन हो गया, 2 साल एक्स्ट्रा कोर्स हो गया, ये हो गया वो हो गया, बट you we will take care of you for 1 or 2 more years, but after that you need to look. Of course this is necessary to make him dutiful also. It's not that I'm saying the parents are doing with some enmity with us, but still this kind of expression comes out. So I am saying this, the parents are duty bound to the children and the children are duty bound to the parent, and that happens out of affection. It's not just a duty, it's much more than the duty. You are duty bound to the company also, but there's something more than that. But for sure the relationship is not a reality. Reality means one of the definition. अब reality मतलब ये आपको reality लग रहा है, ये नहीं, ये वाला नहीं. Shastra's definition of the reality means something which is permanent is a reality. Something is temporary is not a reality. Right? Your company is a reality? No. Because you're not going to work in that company eternally, permanently. So it's not a reality. Which is not permanent is a not reality. ये हमारा घर है, हम इस घर को तोड़ेंगे नहीं, फोड़ेंगे नहीं, कुछ नहीं करेंगे, मगर इस घर से हम अटैच हो सकते हैं क्या? नहीं, ये हमारा नहीं है कि नहीं? So I hope you are getting it. If something is not permanent, then it is not a reality. ये हमारा घर ये परमानेंट है मगर ओनर के लिए, हमारे लिए नहीं, ये हमारे लिए टेम्पररी है, तो इसलिए हम अटैच नहीं होंगे इससे, हम लोग चले जाएंगे इसको छोड़ के, जब वो निकालेंगे ना तो हमको नहीं चाहिए, कुछ भी हो गया, we'll quit this place. So the Shastras describe this particular understanding has to be there. हाँ ले लो. अरे वो किससे लाया हमको पता भी नहीं था भैया, उनको बोलो काका ने लाया था, हमको पता नहीं था, हमने उनको बोला था, बोलो, नहीं तो उनको लगेगा इसका देख लो एक बार. So that's why this is a very deep concept, should not be misunderstood, should not be misapplied.
If we know that this family members are not in reality, how will tell it emotionally or not? activities.
Why not? We can connect on the level of wonderful service and the gratitude and the love they have given to us. Just like we love to the devotees. How we love to the devotees? Because out of the wonderful help they have provided us, the knowledge, the love which they have given us. From that, we also develop for the love for the devotees. How we'll develop love for the friends? Out of some courtesy, right? In a similar fashion, we also develop emotionally. We are emotional beings. If we don't love anybody, we will love the puppies. घर पे कुत्ते लेके आएंगे उसको प्रेम करेंगे बाजू वाले नहीं आएंगे है कि नहीं we are loving and emotional personality. We helplessly will love somebody or will be emotionally attached to somebody. That we are emotionally attached to the parents is absolutely fine. It's an affection, but it is should be considered. Oh, this is only the reality. Sometimes when we call this, I'll tell you wrong application of this being attached to it. It is when they call this children boys to the program, some boys used to tell me in the history, okay, I'll ask the father and then I'll come. And I was like giving unnecessary the reason. And then they have a girlfriend, they're not, it's not known to the father. He goes to the movies, it is not known to the father. He goes to pornographic movies, that is not known to the father. He drinks, that is not known to the father. He smokes, that is not known to the father. He takes drugs, that is not known to the father. I've seen the children. अभी मैंने लास्ट महीने में एक बच्चे ने मेरे को बोला कि एक फ्लैट में रहता था एंड देन and there was one devotee used to stay with that only and the boy did chicken party in the afternoon और सारा हड्डी बिड्डी इधर उधर पड़ा है सब गंदा गंदा करके रख दिया नाइट इन द इवनिंग हिज मदर फादर एंड सिस्टर वर सपोज्ड टू कम आया पिया उसके बाद इतना मस्त चकाचक क्लीन किया पूरा फ्लैट ऊपर से नीचे तक धो धा के मतलब डस्टबिन फेंक के सब कुछ क्लीन करके ऐसा बनाया शाम को भगवान का फोटो अगरबत्ती मार के रेडी सब कुछ दूर दूर तक लगना चाहिए नहीं चाहिए कि दोपहर में ऐसा कुछ तो इन लोगों ने किया और मैं आपको सच बोलूं कॉलेज के 80% बच्चे ऐसे हैं जिनकी कोई खबर नहीं लगती घर पे क्या झमेले करते हैं लोग पैसे मांगते हैं पिताजी को तो कुछ पता नहीं था एग्जाम आ गई ये आ गया इसके लिए मांगा यूनिफॉर्म के लिए मांगा कुछ भी पटांग कुछ भी मांगने लगा तो पेरेंट को क्या समझ में आता है तो दे देते बेचारे कितना बार चेकिंग करेंगे उल्टा सीधा मैंने तो ऐसे भी बच्चे देखे हैं कि पास भी हो गए फेल हो गए और एक साल एग्जाम मतलब कॉलेज में रहना पड़ रहा है वो पूरा कॉलेज का एक साल का उन्होंने तुक्का मार के चलाया बराबर इसकी वजह से और पैसा चाहिए उसकी वजह और कॉलेज का फीस भर रहा है इधर अगले 4 साल का तो पिताजी की तरफ से हो गया ना खत्म 5वें साल का पैसा कैसे कहां से लाएगा तो इधर उधर के तुक्के मार के हाँ चल रहा है 5वां साल यहां तक अभी इन लोगों को आप बोलोगे ये लोग प्रेम करते हैं आर दे लविंग आर दे ऑनेस्ट देन व्हाई दे हैव टू बी बिकम अननेसेसरली मेकिंग अ फस देखो हमारे शास्त्र क्या बोलते हैं अरे वो है इल्यूजन वो इल्यूजन इसलिए आप इसको फंसा रहे हो है कि नहीं लाइक दैट सो इट डिपेंड्स ऑन यू इल्यूजन मीन्स वो बच्चे को क्यों नहीं लग रहा है मेरे फादर है बोल के नहीं लगता है इट्स अ मेंटल कॉन्सेप्ट आपको लगेगा या नहीं लगेगा डिपेंड करता है आपके ऊपर राइट रियलिटी इज रियलिटी इल्यूजन इज इल्यूजन इट डिपेंड्स अपॉन मी ये मेरे को whether I can perceive it or not reality क्यों ना everybody has to accept right so why this is an illusion अरे आपको लगता है नहीं प्रेम करना है ऐसे भी लोग हैं दुनिया में तो इसलिए what was your question हाँ how the affection will be the affection will be based upon the gratitude the fundamental basis of the affection is a gratitude. और वो ग्रेटिट्यूड नहीं रहेगा ना, ये सारे बच्चों का एग्जाम्पल जो मैंने आपको दिया ना, पिताजी घर को नहीं पता चलने वाली सारी उल्टे सीधे चीजें, इट जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ लैक ऑफ एटीट्यूड, लैक ऑफ ग्रेटिट्यूड. If he is having gratitude, first of all, he will not waste the time. He will study properly because he's considered, for me, my parents have invested money, my parents have taken loan, this, that. He is focused upon. तो पहले क्या याद आ रहा है, ये किया है मेरे लिए. जब तक लिस्ट नहीं रहा हमारे पास, ग्रेटिट्यूड नहीं रहेगा हमारे को जो किए वाला, अफेक्शन भूल जाओ. ग्रेटिट्यूड इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट, कृतज्ञता, the most important aspect of the affection. When we come to Krishna consciousness, we don't boast, hey, worship Krishna, otherwise he'll send you to the hell. No, we bring out the gratitude of the living entity about Krishna, what he has not given to us. We are not loving Krishna just because of boss है. आपके बॉस को भी आप शाम ठोकते रहते हैं ना रोज उठ के, है कि नहीं, गुड मॉर्निंग सर, गुड मॉर्निंग सर करते रहते हो. यहाँ भी भगवान को नमस्कार करते हो, दंडवत करते हो, तो दोनों में कुछ फर्क है कि नहीं है, है कि नहीं. वहां पे आप डर के मारे कर रहे हो, यहाँ प्रेम से कर रहे हो. राइट, घर पे जाते तो माता पिता के पांव छूते कि नहीं, डर के मारे छूते हो, नहीं, प्रेम की वजह से छूते हैं. सो व्हेन यू कम टू द डिवोशनल सर्विस, व्हेन यू कम टू दिस भक्ति पाथ, यू आर नॉट हियर टू टेरराइज पीपल विद द पावर ऑफ गॉड. देखो तुम भक्ति नहीं करोगे, भेज देगा तुमको नरक में, फिर तेल में पकोड़े की तरह तुमको फ्राई करेंगे. ये भी सिस्टम है डराने का. ये सारे मुस्लिम लोग, क्रिश्चियन लोग क्या करते रहते, यही करते रहते, डराते रहते. देखो नहीं करोगे तो जन्नम में जाओगे, हल्ला हो, पिटाई करेगा उधर. और वो सेम डे ऑफ जजमेंट, क्रिश्चियन वालों का डे ऑफ जजमेंट, कयामत का दिन आता है एक दिन, उस दिन भगवान ऐसे बैठा रहता है डंडा लेके हाथ में, और कौन है ये, क्या किया इसने, ये पाप किया, वो क्या, मारो, फेंको इसको, नरक में डालो. इसी फिलोसॉफी के ऊपर चलाते हैं लोग. कोई प्रेम तो कुछ है ही नहीं उनका, इसलिए बार बार निगोशिएशन करते हैं. अच्छा ये किया क्या मैंने, इसको नलीफाई करने के लिए कुछ सिस्टम है क्या. फादर बोलता है दे दो $200-400, $400 दे दो, क्लीन हो जाएगा सब कुछ. फिर ये क्या है, यहाँ कृष्णा को बोलो, कृष्णा बोले कुछ नहीं भैया, एक ही वजह से पीछे का रिकॉर्ड डिलीट करूंगा, एक ही. हाँ, रिफॉर्म हो गए तो फिर से नहीं करने वाले हो और अच्छे मार्ग पे अभी इसके बाद चलेगा तो पीछे का रिकॉर्ड निकालेंगे. ऐसे नहीं कि पैसा देके, ये देके, वो देके पिछले का रिकॉर्ड देगा. ये तो म्युनिसिपल कॉर्पोरेशन हो गया, ये तो गवर्नमेंट ऑफिस. टेबल के नीचे, हाँ चलो तुम्हारा फाइल सैंक्शन हो जाएगा, कुछ भी चलेगा, दारू का अड्डा लगा डालो, दे दो पैसा पहले नीचे से. ऐसा नहीं चलता है भगवान के पास. सो व्हेन वी नीड टू डेवलप लव फॉर कृष्ण, बिफोर दैट वी नीड टू डेवलप ग्रेटिट्यूड फॉर कृष्ण, एंड द सेम प्रिंसिपल इज देयर फॉर द फैमिली मेंबर्स. बट द ग्रेटिट्यूड एंड द अफेक्शन देयर विच इज देयर इन द फैमिली शुड बी आंख खुला हुआ है कि दिस इज नॉट द रियलिटी, इट्स नॉट एब्सोल्यूट. Absolute is Krishna. Absolute is the Lord. That is more important than this. If we are not there, I love my father. My father, we have 3 sons. My father has 3 sons. He loved the most to me. मैं जबरदस्ती नहीं बोल रहा हूँ. और कुछ भी होता तो पहले मेरा ओपिनियन मांगते थे, पहले मेरे से कन्फाइड करते थे, ऐसा करना है कि ऐसा करना, पैसा कहाँ इन्वेस्ट करना है, तो पूछते थे यहाँ डालूं कि वहां डालूं, ये कैसा है. The faith, and although I did not do anything for them, but there was a great affection because we understood our roles, very important roles. When he told me that I am going to join Brahmacharya ashram, so उन्होंने बोला, they never asked for the money because he was already having a lot of money. मैंने उनको बोला समंदर में 2-4 बकेट डालू या निकालू, उससे क्या फर्क पड़ता है, आपको तो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ने वाला मेरे पैसे का. तो मैंने बोला पैसे का तो छोड़ दो, पैसे तो नहीं लगने वाला है, बट ओनली थिंग वाज दैट whether I'll render service to him or not. But I render the best service. Among all the 3, I render the best important, although I was not having any resources. So the point is that where there is a love, you can easily automatically express your gratitude and service to them. अभी इन बच्चों के पास सब है, रेमंड के बच्चे के पास क्या नहीं है, सब कुछ तो है, उसके बाद भी बदमाशी कर रहे हैं। आपको सर्विस करना है तो आप करोगे बराबर से, आपको नहीं करना है तो फिर क्या है, आपके पास 1000 रीजन हो गए नहीं करने के लिए। इतने सारे पेरेंट्स को मैंने देखा है, पैसा ही नहीं देते बच्चे, इधर उड़ाते उधर उड़ाते, किधर भी उड़ाते हैं, मॉल में उड़ाएंगे, होटल में उड़ाएंगे, मगर पेरेंट्स को नहीं देंगे, क्योंकि उधर ग्रेटिट्यूड नहीं है ना, है कि नहीं। So the emotional attachment will happen if there is a gratitude. If there is no gratitude, the emotional attachment will not happen. And the same thing is for Krishna also. Only thing is that there is a need of understanding. Sometimes people are too attached to the parents or family members. And even after understanding this reality, parent बोलते जब मत करो, नहीं जाने का इसको आने, तो बोलते नहीं जाने, प्रभु जी मैं कल से नहीं आ रहा हूँ, मैं फादर नहीं बोल रहे। अरे मैं बोला ये भैया ऐसा क्यों कर रहे हो? Why you are giving up the reality in connection with the illusion? Rather I tell the parents and children to go and tell the parents, जाके बताओ देखो मेरा कोई इंटरेस्ट नहीं है सब छोड़ छाड़ के जाने का, मैं जॉब करूंगा, शादी करूंगा, नॉर्मल जीऊंगा। इस्कॉन में ऐसे हजारों लोग जीते हैं, मैं अकेला नहीं हूं। ये है, ये आप फेथ क्यों नहीं देते हो? आप उल्टी गाड़ी भगा रहे हो। कृष्णा को नो बोलने का, फादर को यस बोलने का, ये कौन सा सिस्टम है? आप क्या करो, फादर को कन्विंस करो कि मैं कृष्णा के पास जाऊंगा तो आपके पास नहीं रहूंगा, ऐसा नहीं है। दैट फेथ नीड्स टू बी गिवन। एग्जैक्टली टॉपल अप, उधर जा रहे मतलब इधर नहीं जाने का। फादर ने ना बोला, मदर ने ना बोला, माय मदर टोल्ड मी when I used to chant 2 rounds, he saw my bead bag, बोले bead bag बाद में दिखेगी ना मैं कचरे के डब्बे में फेंक दूंगी। She warned me नहीं करने का ये जब, अभी वही bead bag लेके घूमती रहती है सब तरफ। I patiently waited. I was knowing if I continue, if I perform my duty very nicely, then she don't have an objection. तो मैंने स्टडीड वेरी नाइसली, मेरे मार्क रेंज तो 2 मार्क्स तो बहुत अच्छा थे। मैं सारे स्टूडेंट्स को बोलता हूँ आप पढ़ाई अच्छा करो, आपके मार्क्स अच्छे मिलते हैं, खास करके इस्कॉन में आने के बाद आपके अच्छे मार्क्स मिलेंगे आपको, तो उनको कभी नहीं लगेगा कि इस्कॉन में नहीं जाने देना चाहिए। मगर आप खास करके आप मे भी गर्लफ्रेंड के बाद पीछे भागने से भी मार्क कम हो जाते थे, मगर उनका नारियल फूटेगा इस्कॉन के ऊपर। ये इस्कॉन में जाता है, जब करता है, टाइम वेस्ट करता है, इसलिए इसके मार्क कम आने। खास करके मैं डिवोटीज को बोलता हूँ आप इस्कॉन में आने के बाद आपके मार्क्स तो और अच्छे आने चाहिए, क्योंकि आपके डिस्ट्रैक्शन बच जाते हैं, आपका अनवांटेड टाइम वेस्ट बंद हो जाता है। मगर आप मार्क्स अच्छे आते तो बहुत खुश हो जाते थे, सब लोग बोलते हाँ ठीक है ठीक है। इसको इनके फादर ने बोला ना, when he came to ISKCON, started coming, he got very good grades, got selected in France and all everything. Then his father told his brother, छोटा वाला भाई, बोले तुम भी ISKCON में जाओ, तुम्हारा भी बहुत नंबर बढ़ जाएगा, बराबर है ना? हाँ, his father told his brother. देखो, father is recommending when you are supposed to, your duty of the student is to study very nicely, bring good marks, get good placement. Duty of the working man is to do a very nice job, earn money, give to the parents. आप ड्यूटी करो, आपको भक्ति करने के लिए नहीं रुक पाएंगे। अगर आप ड्यूटी नहीं करो और सिर्फ भक्ति करो, फिर वो परेशान हो जाएंगे। और इसको छोड़ के तीसरा है बदमाशी करो। ये तो किसी भी सिस्टम में अलाउड नहीं, ना पेरेंट्स के सिस्टम में, ना भगवान के सिस्टम में। कॉलेज में रहो, गर्लफ्रेंड को घुमाओ, कॉलेज में रहो, होटल में खाओ, कॉलेज में रहो, ड्रग्स पियो, ये क्या है? इसके लिए पेरेंट्स ने भेजा है यहाँ पे। इट्स वेरी क्लियर। दैट टाइम आई वाज टेलिंग ना, दैट गर्ल इन एमबीए वाज डिप्रेस्ड, बॉयफ्रेंड नहीं है मेरे को। मैं बोला भैया तेरे को बॉयफ्रेंड ढूंढने के लिए इधर भेजा है क्या माँ बाप ने? 12 लाख का फीस है यार, 12 लाख तो रहने का, खाने का, ट्यूशन का अलग, घूमने का अलग, हर बार घर पे जाएंगे, फ्लाइट में वापस आएंगे, और 5-6 लाख ऐसे उड़ाते कि 16 लाख रुपए आपको बॉयफ्रेंड ढूंढने के लिए लगाया गया। चुपचाप पढ़ाई करो ना, उधर जाके हॉस्टल में ऐसे लटका के बैठी है, मुंह पढ़ाई भी नहीं कर रहे, कॉलेज में मन नहीं लग रहा है, बोले मैं मेरे पास बॉयफ्रेंड नहीं है। ये क्या है भाई? हाँ, वियर्ड प्रॉब्लम्स, वियर्ड प्रॉब्लम्स, टू मच ऑफ इल्यूजन, फूलिशनेस। यस, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। अरे दिस वर्स केम वेरी टफ टास्क, that's why it elongated. But you remember very nicely. हाँ, I'll remember next time. I'll ask you. ये परपोर्ट पढ़ूंगा, आपको बताऊंगा आपको क्या समझ में आया लास्ट टाइम के डिस्कशंस। हरे कृष्णा। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण की